Lara Croft's a character that Hollywood has tried their very best to reinvent for modern audiences, and even the recent game trilogy toned our girl back, and now, of course, a new hit piece has released on how visual seduction is the ultimate cringy relic of 90s gaming. I have a few things to show off, but before we get into the topic, if you enjoy the content that I create, make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media so you can see when my content is posted, and of course, if you do really enjoy the videos and live streams I create, consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon or a supporter via YouTube memberships. So I, of course, am using an archive of this because there's no way in hell I'm going to give them my clicks. This is from PC Gamer and someone named Jess Morissette. It says how Tomb Raider's early marketing campaigns objectified an icon. Now, I had never heard of this individual, so I decided to do a little bit of research. First, I clicked their PC Gamer description, and it says Dr. Jess Morissette studies politics and popular culture. They talk about how his writing has appeared in political science and politics, PS, game studies, studies in popular culture. I still did not know who this individual was. They have a locked Twitter account, maybe because of this article, or maybe they just always have their Twitter locked. But this is someone who, has decided to also write for Vice, posting articles like this, how games marketing invented toxic gamer culture. So my first question is, what the hell is a PhD in political science? They pretend like what they study is important, and well, if these are the pieces of content you're releasing, maybe it's time to get off the internet for a while. If this is what you think earns you the title of professor, you need a slap by reality. What have they been doing with this great level of education? Documenting soda machines in gaming. I'm the creator of the Video Game Soda Machine Project, a site where I'm attempting to catalog screenshots of every soda vending machine that has ever appeared in a video game. And of course, like I mentioned, this individual also used to write for Vice, hit pieces on the gaming industry, and this is the type of individual who highlights the failure of our education system. I don't want to sit here and roast them anymore because, well, this article is trash and I have to point out a lot in it, but it says, as a professor who studies the politics of games, I'm fascinated by the late 90s. You do not deserve that title. This period of massive technological innovation was also the crucible in which modern gaming culture was forged. When researching the era, I sometimes encounter such an odd piece of gaming inferior that I can't resist tracking it down, like Lara Croft, The Art of Visual Seduction, a book published by Prima Games in 2000. Everyone knows how it makes this Tomb Raider jump, shimmy, and swim, the ad suggested, but do you know what makes her tick? Now, he decides to give a bit of a description on Lara Croft and Tomb Raider and what it's all about, and then he says the mere existence of an officially licensed book titled Lara Croft, The Art of Virtual Seduction points to her dual legacy as a groundbreaking female protagonist and a male gaze-ified sexy symbol. Why is this a bad thing? Why can't you just accept the fact that there are sexy characters? I am so sick of hearing people talk about the male gaze. It's a fictional concept. Is it bad that men look at women? No. Just like how women like to look at men. This is not a sexist, disgusting thing. It's what being a human being is about. We look at each other. We enjoy the way that other people look. I'm sorry, but sexy sells. It did in the 90s, and it still does now, but it's people like this that will attack sexy characters and products, so developers and creators in general are afraid to add sexy characters to their content, even though, again, they still sell. He goes on to say a page 1 editorial actually lists some of her memorable physical traits, including her imposingly voluptuous breasts. Later, a feature explores what makes Lara so hot. She is tall, has sensational breasts, a small waist, and a luscious rear end that she saucily flaunts when she crawls on all fours. There's only one problem: she is not real. This, to me, sounds hilarious. I'm not reading this and going, oh my God, the person who wrote this is disgusting. How could we talk about a female like this? She's a fictional character. Who cares if someone likes her breasts or likes the way her butt looks? She's not real. Whatever. Is it that big of a deal? It really isn't. He makes it sound like you can't be both an empowered female and a sex object. That is ridiculous, and these people need to stop pretending that you can't be sexy and powerful at the same time, because there are so many characters that are like this, and of course, Lara is one of the many. I mean, she's kind of the poster child for being an empowered female and a sex object. I mean, the way that he is talking about, Tomb Raider and the people who created her and the people who created this book are disgusting individuals. That's what it's boiling down to. These people are stuck in the days of Gamergate. This whole article is Gamergate bullshit. Oh, men view women as objects in games. Developers market women as objects. Women lack agency. There's a disgusting truth developers are hiding about themselves, and they're really pervs for creating things like this in the first place. It is awful. I don't see any direct ties to Anita Sarkeesian or Zoe Quinn, but clearly this is the same stuff they constantly spew. It is getting so annoying. These individuals don't care about the gaming industry. They don't love it. They want to tear it down. They want to get inside of it and rip it apart, and I am sick of this. That's why I call out articles like this, because I know ultimately I'm giving them attention, but I have an archive. I'm not giving them a click. There are many of you who are watching this video who will not take their time and click it, or maybe you'll just read the archive. That is why I call out articles like this, because if we just let them run rampant and say whatever they want, they are going to continue to put out awful pieces like this that, again, attack the industry directly. It goes on to say that her gender was part of the marketing formula from the beginning. Maybe the reason you've never been man enough is you've always been a man, posts an early print ad. Another asks, you know how it really hurts to get kicked right between the legs? Wuss. Yes, they very clearly did kind of skewer the masculinity of their target demographic, but clearly it worked out. Clearly it paid off. People love Tomb Raider at this point, and they did play heavily on gender and sexuality in these ads, and I don't think that that is a bad thing. I don't think that that is a negative thing like this individual thinks. And to top it off, they are getting absolutely destroyed on social media over this article. I'm sure that's why this professor, which is a ridiculous title for them, / journalist, locked their Twitter account. But PC Gamer had posted this saying some relics may deserve to remain buried, and people are commenting things like, nah, the late 90s were fine. Life was simple, was the best time to be alive. She may not be the Lara we deserve, but she is the Lara we need nowadays. Garbage article with garbage takes that I, of course, completely agree with. Come on, Game Journo, L Moment. OG Lara Croft was both sexy and badass. I knew a girl who loved her mostly for being an action heroine, and I completely agree. I love Lara Croft. I absolutely love her to death. She's a fantastic character. But of course, nowadays, we can't have the Lara that we all know and that we all love. The only cringy relic here is the individual responsible for this article. Old school Lara is superior to current Lara. Cringy for who? All my boys had that Game Pro issue of her. Saying things like, as a female gamer, one who has played the game since the late 80s, it was great finally being able to play as a woman. Yes, it was a bit weird how much sexuality was focused on, but also gamer girls enjoy playing as sexy women, because why can't one both be powerful and sexy? And as I said, I completely agree. I do think you can be badass and sexy at the same time, and I'm sick and tired of seeing this narrative that you can't be both, and that's why, female characters nowadays are pretty ugly, because they're strong women. But this article is just absurd in every way possible. I can't even believe that this got published, and maybe in the future, Jess Morissette will put out more articles like this attacking the gaming industry as they have for a very long time. I will keep my eye open, but yes, this is the situation that we are in. The art of virtual seduction is the ultimate cringy relic of late 90s game advertising, according to this individual and this article. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this and of course found it important and informative, make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.